The reason most people don't achieve their goals is because their brains are fried. In order to build the life that you want, you need to be able to focus on one particular task for hours, days, or weeks on end. So today, I'm gonna show you how to unfuck your brain in 7 steps that will rewire the chemicals you have out there. Number 1, chase real dopamine. You will never reach your full potential if fake dopamine is within reach. You see, real dopamine, it is essential for maintaining motivation, keeping you engaged and focused on your goals. But when you rely on fake dopamine, that's when you feel drained and unfulfilled. So if you don't know whether you chase real or fake dopamine, here are 3 signs to know if you've been chasing fake dopamine your entire life. 1, you always feel tired. 2, you feel depressed all the time. 3, you have no motivation to do anything. If you fit into any of these, it is a clear sign that you've been seeking dopamine from the wrong places. But don't worry, your boy has your back, because I'm gonna help you turn your life right around. Because there are certain activities you can do that naturally produce good dopamine, which allows you to keep sustained levels that will keep you motivated. On screen is a list of my 5 favorite activities that you can start doing to start elevating your good dopamine levels, with the last one being the most powerful one. When I do this one, I am a new man. 1st, sunlight exposure. 2nd, sauna. 3rd, weightlifting. 4th, listening to calm music. 5, cold plunge. Research from the National Library of Medicine found that exposure to cold increases dopamine by 250%, which is similar to that of levels of cocaine. The only difference is you're not gonna f up your brain and you're gonna actually feel amazing afterwards. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do with the 10 guys I'm flying to New York City that are part of our community that's dropping September 15, called the Institute. But more on that later. Let's move on to number 2. Consume foods that supercharge your brain. If you don't consume foods that contain the vitamins your brain needs, you're always gonna experience brain fog. One of the biggest nutrients your brain needs is antioxidants, which helps promote better focus, better retention, and better memory. So here are the 10 brain foods I want you to consume to start supercharging your brain. By incorporating these foods into your diet every day, you'll be one step closer to rebalancing the chemicals in your brain. But I'm not done, because I'm still gonna show you how to create a music playlist to focus, and even how to fall asleep when you don't want to. Number 3, stop being alone. Loneliness is toxic for human beings. And according to science, you need at least 4 friends to max out your oxytocin levels. And the problem is most men think, oh, the only place I can get friends is school. You're wrong. There's actually 3 other places where you can get better friends. Now, this is important because oxytocin is a hormone that releases in our bloodstream to help build better connections with people. However, with male loneliness epidemic on a rise, oxytocin deficiency in us men is increasing, which is leading to more anxiety and depression. So you might be wondering, where do I find 4 friends? Here's the 3 best spots: fitness groups, dinners, and traveling. I'm gonna show you how to do each. First, start by joining a local fitness group in your area. On almost every city, there's typically a group that runs 5Ks almost every Saturday or Sunday morning. In fact, I do this with my community. I'll just do a story and be like, yo, meet me here and let's go running 15 miles. And a bunch of guys come, which helps us build a community. This is why I'm building the Institute that's dropping September 15th. And every weekend, we're gonna meet up together, and it can be in any country around the globe, so we can work out together and push our limits. And afterwards, we like to discuss our progress as a group, motivating each other so we can keep pushing. Like I said, there's a bunch of local ones in your area, but if you can't find a good one, you have to join the Institute September 15th, because we are on a mission to build the best men's online community in the world, where it becomes a brotherhood that no man will ever have an issue building connections with high quality guys. The second thing is organizing dinners, which I love to do, and I love to organize it with friends, and I encourage them to bring their friends. Now, if you don't know how to get them together, I want you to use my trick. Usually, I'll send this exact text message to whoever I'm inviting. You see, once you mention that somebody else is coming and the dinner is set, more friends are likely to come and join, because they'll just bandwagon on. And me spending time with close friends while meeting new people contributes to my oxytocin, which is why I always feel great. And this is also the type of event I'm running in the Institute. I wasn't playing when I said we are on a mission to build the best men's online community, where every month we're gonna travel the world, you and I, and wherever we are, we're gonna host dinners, which I'm gonna pay for. Obviously, I got you, bro. I'm paying for everything. But the point is, you and I get to connect, and you get to connect with other guys that are on your same mindset, on your same path of self-improvement, and are equally hungry. And that is invaluable, so invaluable that when it drops September 15th, slots are gonna get full. But if you're the type of guy that takes action early, the type of guy that you don't have to think twice, you know what you want, and you wanna join this mission, create the best men's community online, you can reserve your spot for $1. So when it launches September 15th, you got nothing to worry about. The link will be down below. And third, you need to start traveling. When you travel, you learn a new culturally diverse location. You're exposed, you become open-minded, and you become challenged more. You get filled with new stories and experiences that makes you an interesting man and also makes your life interesting. Now, the problem is that traveling is expensive. Not everybody can afford it. And that is another problem I solve at the Institute. While creating the best men's online community, my goal is to select a handful of you guys every month, and we'll travel to some large city around the world together. India, Dubai, Singapore, Mexico City, New York City. And we're gonna learn from the culture, learn business, learn socially, and create new experiences. Boys, this is not a course. This is anti-courses. This is a community, a brotherhood. This is a movement and something that will completely change your life. If you're ready to take that step, you feel it already, you can reserve your spot for $1 now. Number 4, use music for unlimited focus. You and I are gonna make a focus playlist together that's gonna exceed your short attention span. Research from the National Library of Medicine found that music has various effects on brain function, triggering the release of acetylcholine, meaning that music with specific tempos can trigger your brain to enhance focus by releasing that acetylcholine. So, whenever you need to focus and be productive, such as study or working on your side hustle or your business, you have to listen to music that have tempos between 100 and 138 beats per minute that also contain no words. Now, the 10 songs you need to add to this focus playlist are 1. Cornfield Chase from the Interstellar soundtrack. 2. Time from the Inception soundtrack. Then, any song by Turkish March, For Elise, Mozart, and the Social Network soundtrack, which, by the way, all of you should have watched that movie already. Then 8, the Halo theme song, which, bro, that gives me flashbacks. I haven't played Halo in years. 9, Mirror by Justin Timberlake. And 10, Lo-Fi Beats. By choosing the right kind of music, you're gonna elevate your focus, stay more engaged with your tasks, even see improvements in your overall mood. At this point, you've boosted your focus, you've boosted your retention and memory with antioxidants, you sustain motivation by chasing real dopamine, and elevated oxytocin by hanging out with real friends. Now, there are still 3 things you need to do to completely rewire your brain. Number 5, learn to fall asleep when your mind doesn't want to. If you're somebody that lays in bed and you can't fall asleep quickly, I have a hack that's gonna change your life. You see, when you're having trouble falling asleep, it's usually because your mind is being flooded with a bunch of conscious thoughts that are keeping you awake. To combat this, you have to boost your melatonin production with a technique called cognitive shuffling. Essentially, what you're gonna do is rearrange and reorganize your thoughts, similar to shuffling a deck of cards. A simple way to do this is, first, start by picking a letter in the alphabet, and then start counting your heartbeats. After every 8 beats, you're gonna think of a new word that starts with that letter. The reason this works is because cognitive shuffling mimics something that's also referred to as micro dreams, which puts your brain into a state that's conducive to sleep. Try this out, and I guarantee you'll no longer have trouble falling asleep. Number 6, wake up correctly. The first 5 minutes after you wake up are the most important 5 minutes of your entire day. If you wake up and the first thing you do is think about how your life sucks, you're setting yourself to think and feel like the past. This increases the stress hormone cortisol, keeping you in a depression cycle. According to the University of New England, depression is associated to gratitude, meaning that not showing enough gratitude for your life is making you depressed and increasing your cortisol levels. So, in those first 5 minutes, what I want you to do is wake up, do not reach for your phone, and think about something you're grateful for. Whether it's the fact that you woke up today and you're alive, whether it's that you have a place to live, that you have food, bro, that you have a brother like me, like whatever that thing that you're grateful for, think about that. Just make sure it's genuine and true to you. Being mindful of your life is the best way to reduce your stress levels. At this point, I have completely rewired your brain. There is one last thing I need you to do to keep it fixed forever. Number 7, lower your brain's degeneration by doing something that fills you with awe. And no, I'm not talking about doing degenerate things. I'm talking about lowering the speed of degeneration or decay of your brain. Doing something that gives you that awe factor, like that, oh my God, has been shown to be a pathway for mental and physical health. This can be something as simple as just going out for a walk in nature and getting some sun, as this naturally boosts serotonin levels. But to give off the biggest effect, you can do something that can be a deep or profound new experience that touches your health, your body, and your spirit. That's exactly what I'm doing with the Institute. That is my motivation. Bro, I get excited when I talk about this thing. This will be the greatest men's community in the world, because when I pay for everything, flight and hotel and everything for those 10 guys every month, and we go to places like India, Singapore, New York, you're gonna be developing yourself spiritually, mentally, physically. You're gonna be a completely new man with stories you will have never experienced anywhere else in your life. truly giving you that off factor, it's like, again, you can't even replace that. You can't put a price tag on that. This will also be documented so everybody in the community has access to it and can equally learn. And not to mention, for now, you can reserve your spot for $1. After that, it's just $50 a month. And I'm paying for everything. And if you want to rewire your brain and change your life forever, I'll see you inside the Institute.